we've seen quite a few sides of characters that we might not wanted to see, but we're getting it anyway. But one thing I can say is that Shirogane has been really quite thoughtful recently. Not overthinking things, and what is Kaguya really thinking in this moment? Are they going to get any closer? Without medical intervention? Still left out to be seen, isn't it? But one thing we can all agree to is I hope Ishigami does well in this new club. He needs something to go right every now and again. Let's see, though. I was thinking, was that the plant that... the flower that Ino had on the bookmark, but... Are you going to console your brother, or just call him a moron? That was a quick escape. Any particular reason? Aha! We haven't... Despite having seen several shows and whatnot where there are teenage kids, have many of them actually gone through that rebellious phase? I'd like to say that I wasn't an annoying teenager at any point, but that would be a severe lie. And my parents and everyone around me would have very much vehemently denied if I said I was normal. Well, if I didn't have a phase, it might be abnormal. But it's usually not, at least for me, I wasn't conscious of it. So I have to be aloof and not caring because I'm in that phase. Haha. It's more, I don't really care. Mogu. Why can't you have juice at dinner? Eat your peppers. Yeah, I had an issue with my recording, so I apologise for that cut there. I remember being slightly easily aggravated. I have nothing good to say about that mother. I can understand why you'd be slightly overprotective. And then it's a vicious spiral. Yep, there we go. But now, because of the sudden change in personality that she's shown him, would be too much, yeah. Yep. Just compound the situation. Yes, obviously, being a Kairi. Is he going to have the same response? Just stand in the background, you'll get the information because of him. Observant sugar daddy. It's not what that means. An observant father who actually still listens to his children despite everything that has gone wrong recently. He might not be the one to ask in this situation. Yeah, it's not. The situation wasn't meant to be flipped. Why? In case you didn't know, anyone who goes against me is dead in my eyes, so. She couldn't let him go thinking everything had gone wrong. Even in her troubled teen years, she cares too much about him. Sometimes you are allowed this brief respite. All of you. They're words that are quite nice to hear, at least. Comforting. Still comforting herself with the hand to the face. Oh, it looks like everything resolved itself. Well, everyone except for the father wins, though. Hopefully he still remembers the lessons that Chica taught him from those eyes. I don't believe so. Do you ever get that feeling when your soul leaves your body? How much of her time is going to be spent trying to teach him things? I've never heard of this dance, so. And she was right to. You've got to love Fujiwara's training. But that's good enough. Is this something that you can express solely in movements? Yeah, he doesn't have that ideal. She's not going to let him off that easily. Bye. That poor girl. everything that she has to go through just to teach him, even if he is academically good. And this is about to undo all of Fujiwara's teaching. Yep. As she comes floating into the scene. Now you're gonna have to show that dance. He moved on too quickly, unfortunately. Dozo. Not intimidating in the slightest. If this works, though, and he actually gets it, and is Chika going to apologise profusely? For someone that is deeply invested, like her, when she talks about dancing, they both have different reasons to try and teach him, though, don't they? Uh-huh. That's actually kind of clever, but also you're putting a child in harm's way. Who claims custody now? But now he understands. And all it took was severe bodily pain. Is that the lesson we're meant to be taking out of this? It's definitely not the case that 95% of Chica's personality is in her glasses. Huh? What if the giant die? Nice! Is that how it works? I want some giant dice now. Much better than those pathetic small ones. It's actually been a long time since I played board games. Ah, damn, you lost the entire... have you just put yourself, in harm's way? Hmm? Finding all the loopholes necessary. Yeah, they... don't get on at all, do they? Hmm. Or so the rumor goes, so there's definitely more behind that. Huh? Wow. So we've known that Ishigami has gone through stuff, but so it still doesn't stop. Yeah. Does it look like it doesn't bother me? Wow. That, yeah, that rings. Principal dude, are we going to get into Ishigami and what happened, or are they treating it like he joined as a joke, though? He did look like he was actually trying to participate. Are people's opinions of him like only, well, those first years? Rumors and whatnot do cause issue, but no matter what happens, it is just. It's not the end of everything. Currently, there is almost nothing I can remember about high school in the way that it actually currently affects me. But it was a rough time. That's why. Ugh. I didn't come to, cheer you on or anything. And none of them was of him, was it? Hmm. Okay. I'm guessing she takes after her mother then. He has done well, hasn't he? Being the president of the school council and whatnot. Some people get strong armed by their families to embrace such positions, and others want to raise themselves up from nothing and prove themselves. Cheering for the opposition. Is she going to let that pass? I'm going to now correct this random stranger who I don't know who it is. Okay. Is he now going to say every bullshit story about his son and putting down all of his achievements? Have you been drinking a bit too much, Father? People do have ulterior motives for things they do, but there are those who don't, who have no further plans. And they're really only the people that I care to talk to. Planning steps ahead and trying to get something out of it is too difficult for me to actually care about. It might... This line of questioning! This line of questioning, huh? How does he... Yep. Puppetus. Yes. She should have done her homework, this girl. What has he done? What has he said? Oh dear. Go, Ishigami. It's only... He actually has some people shouting for him. Is that the one from the story? That did not look like an easy to understand diagram. So just as it looked like things were turning around for Ishigami and people were seeing him for who he was rather than these rumours of events past, a familiar face appears. The good thing is, with the stories that we've seen so far in Kaguya, I'm assuming it's going to end on a note where Ishigami actually grows further, rather than thrusting him back into that downward spiral when we met him. Do you think Fujiwara is ever going to get tired of teaching Shirogane? It's only so often that she can be successful. Kaguya really did put it succinctly there. What a delightfully mischievous father he has. Because it's not out of spite that he's somewhat harsh in his words. And unlike Kaguya's father, at least he's there. Now, it may be personal bias here talking, but I have never cared for idle gossip. Or, I heard so-and-so did this or that. Cool. Accusations mean literally nothing to me. It is proof that I go for. Unless it has been shown without a doubt, I'm not going to believe it. Unless it has been shown and evidenced, I'm not going to believe it. Because there's going to be someone with a vested interest, isn't there? But from what I can remember of that little rundown of the past, and now that she's here, I'm guessing it's going to be explored further. He's apparently stalked a girl. Don't see that. It's probably just him being a bit, well, Ishigami. So it was misconstrued and then beat up a boyfriend. And he not talking about it means that no one has actually got the ins and outs and what everything went down. I would like to say something about Ishigami not trying to speak up and clear his name, but at the same time, back then I don't think I would have done anything different. And before I get too distracted down memory lane, for better or worse, I think we all need to remember that small scene which brought a little bit of joy to my heart, which was in confiscating the game's console while tying him up with a rope. That is the character development we all needed. Oh, and of course, Shinomiya quietly encouraging him on from the sidelines, well, from far distance. That was adorable. And if you want to see more of that kind of thing, I'm assuming you want to come back for more Kaguya-Sama. So, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications and you won't actually miss any future uploads. But if you enjoyed this one, leave a like on the video. Maybe even a comment. I have no idea of what it could be about, so that's up to you. But this may go somewhat dark in the next one if they're covering that backstory for Ishigami. I'm slightly worried. Get some rest, because I want to see you there. If you want to be the judgmental father to the school sports event that is my channel, then consider joining onto my Patreon and helping me out there, because not only can you support me, but also gives you the added benefit of being able to call me out whenever I do something wrong, which might be a lot. And with that, Sao, Raywin, HSTR, Dynamite 1997, Aishirem, Shiwan, ASD, Stinsfire, and everyone else. I know you're not angry, but there is a lot of disappointment I see in your eyes.